Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Eric Brown bringing you again the best of LA, where I get to share cool local businesses here in the Los Angeles and Beverly Hills area. Now, I've got a cool treat today. Actually, one of my neighbors just down the block, Wesely of Jewelerette and Co, and we're going to talk all about the jewelry business. So Wesley, thank you so much for being here today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Actually, I should say thanks for having me here today. You'll be able to see, obviously, we're here in one of their locations. They've also got a really cool spot downtown, but why don't you help me out and just dive into what got you started in the jewelry business?
Yeah, definitely. We opened this location about 10 years ago. Originally manufacturers of jewelry. We started off in downtown LA on Hill Street, and we opened this location because we're curating a really nice, extensive collection of fine jewels that we think is more suited for the Beverly Hills market. A lot of natural, fine colored gemstones.
Okay, and you had mentioned we. Who is the we in the company?
This is a family business. Actually, my father started it about 40 years ago, and I joined about 10 years ago. He taught me a lot of the trade tricks. I went to school at the GIA actually to get my gemology degree.
Yeah.
And I've been here ever since.
And you said that the business started more on the wholesale or manufacturing side. So I'm always so curious as the genesis of a business, and especially one with such a rich history of 4 decades plus and growing. So touch on that for us a bit.
Yeah, we mainly work with the trade, with wholesalers and dealers, but we decided to open a retail location to kind of expand, try to gain some new customers, enter into a new market. And I think it's very interesting that we're able to source a lot of unique jewels that other retailers aren't, because we have so many connections and sources in the trade for being in there for so long. So we kind of bring a unique mix to the retail environment.
One thing that I find so interesting about a business that has such rich history to it is the changing environment that that business has seen over the course of decades. So it might be things like changing political environments, global edits, the internet, artificial intelligence. So tell me about the things that have changed in your industry.
Definitely. You know, one interesting thing is everyone asks us, how did COVID affect our business? And in the beginning of the pandemic, just like all businesses, no one knew what was going on. Things were shut down. Same with us for the first few months of it. But very interestingly, business picked up a lot in the beginning of the pandemic. We believe it's because people were staying at home, they weren't spending as much money, so they had a bit more passive income to spend on something nice. So that was a really unique kind of market shift that we saw and we were not expecting.
It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that we had that commonality, but it was the same thing with people buying property. They no longer were spending it on travel or outdoor entertainment options, and they were looking at space, or, now that you mention it, goods that you can appreciate on your own time or at home.
Absolutely.
So that's fascinating. Thank you for sharing. You'd mentioned downtown LA, and so what I know about downtown is there is a jewelry district. There's obviously, like in the world of real estate, there are other competitors. So what makes Jewelerette different compared to some of the other businesses that are out there?
I think what makes us different is our more personal approach. We're always here, we're always open, we're in a beautiful part of Beverly Hills. In my experience, at least, I think it's a bit nicer than downtown LA. Hill Street might not be the nicest place for everyone. So you can kind of come here for all your needs for retail, if you're trying to find a specific stone, if you have a specific project, if you want us to create a special piece for you, you know, we have the sources and the ability to do it all.
So I'm obviously biased because I'm also on Beverly, but this corner of Beverly and Charlieville is just magical. You've got shops, you've got restaurants, you've got entertainment, the walkability is great, so I can see why you would have made that business 10 years ago.
Definitely.
Do you have any for the business? Are there any big goals in the coming years? Things that 10 years ago you made a move? Are there things on the forefront that you may be looking at evolving or changing?
Definitely. We've been exhibiting at more jewelry shows over the past few years. We've been exhibiting in the Las Vegas Jewelry Show for quite a few years now, Tucson Gem Show. We were just in Geneva, Switzerland in May.
One of the things that you said earlier I thought was interesting, and the viewers might also want to know, and that is the relationships that your business has established. And my guess is that's other countries as well that you have done business in and providers that you do business with. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, definitely. One interesting part about what we do is we travel a lot to find different gems, to find beautiful jewelry. And one market that we keep going back to is Japan. We go there every year to purchase. Japan was actually the #1 source, the #1 country importing fine gemstones from the 1990s to about 2010, because they were having a bustling economy and they had a really fine appreciation for natural colored stones. So we go there to kind of source more unique and special pieces.
That actually segues really well into something that you said that made me think of this, but do you have a specific product that you focus on? Is it pendants, necklaces, rings, bracelets, all of the above? Is there something that would really make your business kind of stand out?
Yeah, we kind of do a bit of all types of jewelry, rings, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and so on. But what we specialize in, I'd say, is really fine natural colored stones. I have a sample over here of some sapphires, some rubellite tourmaline, some aquamarine, emerald, and so on, and also diamond as well. So we're really specializing in fine natural color.
You couldn't have said it better. It's amazing the pop that you get from that. I'm no gemologist, but you can see it's just very radiant. As I am hanging here with our vicious guard dog, I think I will wrap up with the question of, is there anything for the viewers that are seeing this, that are interested in connecting with you? We'll, of course, pop all your contact information here so people know how to get in touch. Is there anything that you think that the viewers should know?
Yeah, jewelry is a very deep field. It's kind of hard to have knowledge of every stone or about value and pricing. So if you ever have any questions, want to get any more information, you can always come in the store. I can tell you about a certain gemstone, tell you the quality factors, the different value factors, and so on. Over here we really like to have a personal relationship with our clientele, and we're always here to help.
Yeah, just like you said earlier, that personalized touch can really go a long way. So thanks so much. I appreciate you having me in today to be able to learn a little bit more and be able to share with the greater Los Angeles community. Folks, if you ever have any questions, again, here's all the contact information for Wesley and his team. Touch base anytime if you have questions. Until then, as always, this is Eric Brown, your Beverly Hills real estate agent, and Wesley and his team here at Jewelerette and Co. signing off.